When people think of their favorite holiday movies of all time, John Hughes' Home Alone is always near the top of the list. It is a must-see no matter what time of year it is. There is something about abandonment and borderline child abuse that does scream awesome. That love usually means that the film, which has a lot of problems, gets a free pass. If you look at the movie with a cynical eye, there are so many problems with the film. From illogicalities to horrible parenting. Today's video will look at moments that will ruin Home Alone for you. Hello, and welcome to our channel, The Screen News. Before starting our video, don't forget to smash the subscribe button and click the notification bell for more amazing content. So let's get this video started. Number 5. No respect for the law. As soon as this much-loved holiday classic starts, we see Joe Pesci in full police uniform. So many things about this just don't seem quite right. Who let the police officer in, and why is he just standing there? Then there's the fact that this person is supposed to be a police officer, but both children and adults are ignoring him. Is this the non-pushy, walkover cop known to man? Doesn't he have any kind of power? We all know that this is really Pesci's character Harry, dressed up as a cop, but the McAllister family doesn't know this. To anyone else, if a cop randomly walked into your house, it would set off all sorts of alarms or at least make you stop what you're doing to find out what this officer wants. Number 4. Inept policing. When Kate McAllister finally gets her hands on a phone, she does the smart thing and calls the police. At least that should ease the first worries, right? Well, it turns out that the police in the area are about as smart as the McAllisters. After passing the ball back and forth, the police finally agreed to send someone to the McAllisters' house to check on them because, well, there's an 8-year-old boy who's all alone. You would think that would be enough to make people act quickly. When a cop does arrive at the house, he gives a brief knock, gets no answer, then leaves the premises. If a woman tells you in no uncertain terms that she has left her son alone while she and the rest of her family are in another country, you should probably try more than just a quick knock. For all the police know, Kevin could be inside, bludgeoned to death by some crazed criminal. He could have been kidnapped. He could have gone out to the shops. He could have been in the backyard. But no, just one quick knock will do. Number 3. The worst Santa ever. Kevin is starting to miss his family, so he turns to a holiday staple for comfort, Santa Claus. Unfortunately for Kevin, the Santa he finds is probably the worst imitation of Santa you've ever seen. This is not the happy St. Nicholas that many kids think of when they think of Christmas. He looks about 17 years old, is smoking a cigarette, and is complaining about getting a parking ticket for his old Honda. Seriously, this guy makes Billy Bob Thornton's Bad Santa look good. On the other hand, Kevin did get some free Tic Tacs out of the whole thing. As the saying goes, every cloud has a silver lining. Number 2. Church meeting. Maybe it's a sign of the times we live in, but Kevin and old man Marley's scene in the church just wouldn't happen now. From a cynical point of view, this is a creepy old dude who has supposedly murdered a load of people with his snow shovel. Having him sit next to a random 8-year-old in the church is strange enough, but Marley's insistence that none of the bad things people say about him are true makes things sound even scarier. Creepy old man with a shady past trying to convince a young boy of his good intentions. Yeah, that sounds like something a newspaper would want to cover first. 1990 was a different time. So the moral of this story is not to judge a book by its cover or by what you hear about it. Still, when looked at with modern eyes and in light of all the horror stories that have been in the news in recent years, this good moment has been ruined for many people. Number 1. Alone again. Poor Kevin McAllister. After one of the worst weeks any 8-year-old in the history of movies has ever had, his family finally comes back just in time for Christmas to make it a special time. The thing is, after the McAllisters come back, poor Kev is left alone in less than 2 minutes. If you go back and watch the movie again, you'll see that Kate, Peter, and the rest of the kids all leave Kevin alone when they see that he's managed to keep the fridge stocked up on milk. Clearly, they were all massively bothered about seeing Kevin that they decided that making a coffee was more important than spending some time with a son who is clearly traumatized after bad parenting. With such caring parents, it's no surprise that Home Alone 2 came out only 2 years after the first movie. Do you agree with these problems of Home Alone, Or do you think John Hughes' 1990 movie is a flawless piece of festive fun for all the family? Take to the comments section to make your voice heard. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We will see you in our next video. Thanks for watching.